chuggadoos. Hey, chug 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 chug. Gave one of the chickens a mouse earlier. That was trapped, so they were all running about it in a dust bath. Apple tree. You can see the buds coming on it, but still not there yet. This is the 25th of March, so weather's starting to improve, as you can see, but still not much going on. Meant to be -1 tonight, or lower, -2. Can't really see that too well there, the way the light is. Williamsbond Creighton, butcher on the name there, but same deal. You can see the buds coming, but not really doing much. I don't know if that's been checked. No. You can see the 2 blue leg bar eggs, and then also the 2 white ones and the brown. So the 2 white ones are from the leghorns. The brown's just an Isa brown hen, I think it was sold as. More pots filled up since the last time. Used that sieve and took all these stones out. More pots there. I'll mix that with manure that we got from B&Q on a bit of a deal. I think it was like 50 pence a bag for quite a big bag, so we bought like 40 bags and the car looked as if it was going to crumble. But there's a rhubarb every week. Every week that seems to be coming on. Every week. But the other one, that's taken as well, looking a bit better. That too looks like it's taken, but it's not looking particularly strong. They two definitely look like they're struggling. That might come on. That one was planted just above the surface, but I'm not sure what's going to happen to that one. The raspberries, not much seems to be happening. Oh, you can see it up. Nope. Spoke too soon. You can see the buds just starting to form there. There. So yeah, they were also definitely coming on. I don't know if that bubble wrap actually done anything, but we didn't plant them too deep. That bubble wrap, we didn't plant them too deep, but it was meant to be extremely cold. And because we're in a bit of a dip around here, it gets really cold, so in like this kind of town, if it's going to be -4 or 5, then it's going to be like -10 down here, so I thought we better be careful. But turned the compost pile 2 weeks ago now, and that's not in the middle, and the heat's definitely gone up 45 degrees in 2 weeks. That's getting going. I'll try and see what it's like in the middle, but I think the way I noticed it first working was that there was quite a few flies hatching. If you can see them now. Maybe it's so hot it's just cooked them off the top. Good bit of heat off that. climbing slightly. Moving just past, just about 47. So I think it's definitely hot enough to be composting, but that's the Obios. That's the Obios, which is used in the chickens as opposed to wood shavings. I think it's making compost quite significantly quicker, so we'll see how it does, I guess. Hopefully by the time sort of November comes and we're maybe looking to spread more compost on the no-dig beds, then that might be good. But yeah, the compost there, that I'm hoping that by maybe November time, I mean, I've heard people saying that Obios breaks down in 4 weeks, but that seems like a bit of a stretch, but perhaps it does. But I suppose we don't need it in a great hurry, so by November, December comes and the dug beds are cleared, then, and we're looking to spread a bit more, hopefully that heaps enough. I don't know, I guess, I don't know what actual weight will be in it at the end, but it's certainly more than a metre cubed at the moment of actual volume. I'm not sure how much weight that'll sort of transpire to, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll film the seeds at the other garden shortly. Cheers, bye. Monday 26th March 2018, and that's some of the tomato seeds. They've also germinated and are starting to grow, and you can see the true leaves starting to come on them. The ones there are tomato seeds saved from Marks and Spencer's Sweet Rosso tomatoes, but I'm not actually sure what will happen. I'm surprised they've germinated. Essentially, I think the Sweet Rosso variety is essentially called Nebula, and it's made by one of the big kind of multinational agricultural corporations. I think it's called Syngenta. So essentially, I think they would have been an F1 seed, and this is now their offspring is now, I think, the F2, and I don't know if they'll produce fruit, or if they'll produce fruit that's totally different from the F1, or what will happen. So given that I've only got a fairly small greenhouse out there, I'm not going to take up too much space with plants that essentially might not produce much fruit. The ones there are Moneymaker, which I've not grown before. Last year I grew Fairline, which I think might be similar, but Moneymaker seems like the old classic in Britain. And them there, more of them, and they're kind of leggy. I think I'm probably going to pot them up today. They were planted the 4th of March, so that's just about 3 weeks. But they're essentially Jen's tomato from the Real Seed Company, so they're definitely good germination, but they're going to be a bit leggy. But I've got them in the conservatory because it's still pretty cold here near Glasgow at night. So there's Ambi. Ambi. Hello. Outside and down to the greenhouse. Daffodils starting to come to there, but still not quite there yet. Flex power for the greenhouse. And in the greenhouse, There's the onion seeds there. They were essentially sowing 2 seeds per cell, and I think my intention is to plant essentially I have one onion in the bed essentially, but what I might do is plant both of them. If whatever cells have 2 in, plant them together, and then thin them out when you get to like a spring onion size, and use obviously the one I've thinned out as a spring onion, and let the other one grow on to hopefully become a full onion. That's the Greyhound cabbage from the Real Seed Company, and they're a wee bit leggy. I think I had them inside for just too long, and them there, they've germinated outside, so hopefully they'll be okay. That's the onion seeds. They were sown 25th of February, so that's about a month now, and they're definitely starting to come on. Rhubarb, again from the Real Seed Company, and they're definitely starting to look good. They're coming on well, coming on strong. Essentially I halved the wee kind of seed tower, and I wrapped the bottom in fleece, and essentially I had that candle. That's a candle with vegetable fat in it, Trex vegetable fat, and I seen that on UK Here We Grow, so it's not actually giving off too much heat. Obviously I had it under the fleece in there, in that tray, with that terracotta pot on top of it, and that lid on top of that, the hole in the terracotta pot, so it gives off a bit more heat there, and it's probably enough just to stop everything from freezing. And I just kind of move it around on the polystyrene base to where I want seeds germinating. So like when the cabbage seeds hadn't germinated, I kind of place it under there just to give them a wee bit more heat. There I've just brought in an old pallet just to give me a surface. And what's good about the pallet, I guess, is there's gaps in it, so if I want to burn a candle under there just to provide it with a wee bit of heat, then the heat, I guess, will be able to rise up where it might not have perhaps have been able to if it was a solid platform. Essentially that's more of the M&S Sweet Rosso seeds saved. Just half the module tray essentially, and brought them into the greenhouse, and I've only been giving them about 3 hours heat. I've only given them about 3 hours heat during the night, just when it's going to be really cold, so they're actually standing up to the cold weather quite well. I was just testing it because it'd be good to get the other ones out of the conservatory if I could, but that's all the seeds that haven't germinated. That's the lettuces, and they're definitely looking a lot better since I brought them outside. But having seen one of the No Dig Man, Charles Dowden's recent videos, I'm wondering if perhaps I shouldn't have sown the lettuces like that and should have essentially transplanted them from something like that to the modules. Essentially the first red iceberg lettuce I planted all went too leggy, and I had to start again. They're hanging on in there, but hopefully they make it. I'll probably need to thin them out, but yeah, essentially that's the first time I've used vermiculite, and it was probably about 50-50 mixed, and I've sown the seeds really just ever so slightly under the surface, so that seemed to be what Charles Dowden does, so he seems very successful, and hopefully I can replicate some of that success with these plants. But that's 2 blueberry plants, and essentially I've kind of made a bit of an arse with them because when I first got them I had kept them outside, but it was to be really cold here, like -5, 6, 7, 8, and because they're in the wee pots, and it looked as if they'd been in them maybe sitting in the nursery for a year, I thought they'd be really probably root bound, and if the weather comes and they freeze in that wee pot, they could do the roots some damage. So I brought them inside and then kind of took them in and out, and then some days you're busy, essentially I didn't take them out, and I think the heat in the conservatories just kind of brought them on too quick. Obviously the leaves have all came on. You can see there, I don't know whether that's flowers, it certainly looks like it might be flowers. So they're just, and now I can't plant them out at the moment because it's still too cold and we're still expecting substantial frost at least. And at the same time I don't want to pot them up and then they get the transplant shock, and then in a few weeks time I need to plant them out again. So the reason I'm in this position is because I wasn't sure whether or not to plant them in pots at this garden or plant them outside at the other garden. So indecisiveness, and well, it's causing some problems, but hopefully it's not too much of an issue. I'll just plant them out, and once the frosts are passing hopefully they'll be alright. But yeah, guess I'll update things next week. Cheers, bye.